Hello everyone, welcome to Geoscience Point channel. Today it is a request video. On request this video is being made. Our topic is the Earth as a planet. It is the first chapter of geography, class 9 ICSC. So the Earth as a planet, this chapter we will read this chapter, we will learn this chapter throughout the following points, the 5 points, basic points of this chapter, and also you can say the basic question of this chapter. First is planet, question mark, that is what is planet. Second one, shape and size of the Earth, why and what is the size and shape of the Earth. Third, why is the Earth shape geoid? The Earth shape is geoid, this is the answer. What is the shape of the Earth? It's the geoid shape. Why it's a geoid shape, and how can we know that the Earth has a geoid? Why and how? How can we know it's the shape of the Earth is geoid? Fourth one is why oblate spheroid? The Earth is an oblate spheroid shape. Why? And fifth one is why the Earth is a habitat planet. Why the Earth is a habitat planet, or why the Earth has its conditions for living organisms. What is the condition and why living organisms are found here? So these are the basic 5 questions to complete this chapter. These are the basic 5 topics we will discuss on it. Okay, first one is, as our chapter name is the Earth as a planet. So we have to know, we have to focus on it. What is planet? From childhood you have also read about it, but still, what is planet? If you want to define a planet, it is an object or celestial bodies. What is? It is an object or celestial bodies which moves around the stars. It's a celestial body which moves around the star and which has no source of light. That is planet. And we are reading about Earth. Now, if it is a sun, then first one is Mercury or Mercury, whatever you can say, Mercury, then Venus, then the Earth. Like this, they are surrounding in an elliptical way. The Earth is planet. The third, sequentially, it is the third planet from the sun. The Earth is moving around the sun as the sun is a star. Why the sun is a star? Because it has own light and heat. It has own its light and heat. So that's why the sun is a star, and the Earth is moving around the star, namely sun. That's why the Earth is a planet, and also the Earth has its no heat and light. That means these two features, moves around the star and no source of light, is these two features consist in the Earth. That's why the Earth is a planet. We call the Earth as a planet. Next topic, size and shape of the Earth. What is size? Size, it has two types. Its area. What is the area of the Earth? That is 510.1 million square kilometer. 510.1 million square kilometer is the area of the Earth. And its diameter is equator diameter. In equator, the diameter is 12,756 kilometer, and in pole 12,714 kilometer. That means towards pole, from the pole towards equator, it becomes bulgy types. It becomes spherical types. From this diameter, we can understand that the Earth is a spherical surface. Spherical means this type of surface. One type, not perfect circular, it's a spherical. That means from both edge are slightly down towards it. That is the spherical surface. So from this area and diameter, we can understand its shape of the earth. If you are asked, there are so many myths on there are so many concepts on the shape of the earth. Someone says it is orange like, someone says from ancient era it was known as that the shape of the earth is circular, flattened, and later it was shaped like orange shaped. There are so many concepts on it. What is the shape of the earth? Circular, flattened, orange shaped. But later, from the modern concept, we have understood that the earth is geoid shape. Geoid. The earth is geoid shape. Why it is geoid shape? Why is geoid shape? Geoid means like the earth. Geoid means like the earth. It means like the earth. That means earth shape is just like the earth, not like other things, because earth has its unique and distinct types of shape. That is geoid shape or obsolete spherical or oblate spherical. Okay. Now we will understand why, from which proofs, what are the proofs behind the shape of the earth. Why can we say that the earth is geoid shape, or why can we say that the earth has its oblate spheroid shape? What are the proofs behind it? We will understand this. Proofs and experiment on geoid shape. What are the proofs? We have already discussed that earth has its geoid shape. What are the proofs behind it? There are basically these two proofs. That is the diameter, we have already discussed about it. That is 12,752 in equator and 12,712 in polar. That means it's a bulgy shape. Polar's diameter is lesser than the equator's diameter. That is the proofs behind it. It's a geoid or circular type shape. And downwards towards pole and geoid shape, it's itself a proof. That means towards the pole, the earth has its downwards direction. That means something like this type. In both poles, north and south pole, the earth has its downgraded portion, which proves that the earth is a geoid shape. These main two matters, diameter and downwards pole, proves that the earth has its geoid shape. Now, what are the experiments through which we can understand that the earth has its geoid shape? From 5th century, there is a contradiction. From 5th century, there is a contradiction regarding the surface of the earth. First, 5th century mathematician Aryabhatta and astronomers Aryabhatta said that the earth has a geoid shape or circular type shape. So after that, there are so many experiments to prove this. The first experiment is Bedford level experiment. This one, Bedford is a canal in England where 3 same length sticks were put off on a large river with 5 kilometer extension or on 5 kilometer gap. When it was seen in a line throughout these 3 sticks, it was seen that the middle part of that particular stick was only seen, and it was higher than the other 2 sticks. So from this part, why this can be possible? Because if the earth is circular or spherical type, and if we put up sticks, 3 types of sticks, same length sticks here in a same depth, then if we see from here, then only we can see first the middle one. That proves that the earth is a spherical shape. The earth has its circular or geoid shape. This is the first proof for this topic, that the earth has its geoid shape. Second, sighting the ship. If we see a ship or sailing on the sea, we will first see of the ship? Whole body of the ship or part of the ship? We will first see the top of the ship. If ship is coming from on a sea, we will see first this top portion of the ship, and then this deck of the ship, and later the whole ship. That means, why is this possible? Because the earth is a circular or geoid shape. Because if this type of shape we find, then if the ship is coming from here and we cannot see the whole body, we will just see the top of the ship from here, because we cannot see the below portion. When the ship comes to nearer to us, then we can see the whole body of the ship. That is a proof behind that the earth is a geoid shape. Now the third one, pole star situation. What is pole star? It is situated in the north pole every day, which is also known as the Venus planet, which in the evening we see in the west sky, that is also known as the evening star. So pole star is situated exact 90 degree from the pole, but it's 0 degree in equator. If the earth is a round shape and if the star is here, then it will be total 90 degree from the pole, but samely it will come 0 degree from the equator. This proves that the pole star situation proves also that the earth is a geoid shape. Satellite pictures. Jean Baptiste, it was a Baptist missions church missionary who said that the pole of the earth was flattened surface. Pole of the earth was flattened surface, not downgraded. He said that flattened surface. But after the satellite view, different satellites, INSAT, Indian satellite, USA satellites, different satellites had its view that the earth, satellite pictures proves that the downgraded pole and it's a circular spherical shape of the earth, not flattened surface of the earth. Lunar eclipse, it's a very important point. Lunar eclipse during the full moon, when the shadow of the earth reflects on the moon, when the shadow of the earth reflects on the moon, it seems to be a circular shadow, not a flattened, not a rectangular, not a linear shadow. It only just seen as a circular shadow, which proves that, which lunar eclipse proved that the earth has its geoid shape. These are the 5 experiments to prove the geoid shape. It is very important for all of you. Our last and final topic is the earth as a habitat planet. So what is habitat? That means why the earth has its conditions for living organisms or living beings. Why the earth has given opportunity us to live in the earth. Why earth is a living planet. Among the 9 planets surrounding the sun, only the earth has its habitat. Why? So first of all, we have to know what is habitat. Habitat means the living place. Habitat means living place. The earth has created itself eligible for living organisms, plants, animals, as we are living here. Why? Why the earth has created like this, and for what reasons the animals are living, animals can live here? There are basically 5 reasons behind it. That is distance from the sun, climate, lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere. These 3 spheres comprises the biosphere, that is the living materials and living organisms sphere. So one by one we will discuss on it. To make the earth habitat, the first point is distance from the sun. If we know the sun is a star and it has its own height and light near about 6500 degrees centigrade is the temperature of the surface of the sun. So distance from the sun is a factor on it, and the earth, its distance, average distance is 15 crore kilometer. 15 crore kilometer it is situated far from sun, but it varies twice in a year. 14 crore 70 lakh kilometer during the aphelion situation on 3rd January and 15 crore 20 lakhs kilometer during the perihelion situation on 4th June. So average distance is 15 crore kilometer, which is ideal for living organisms, and it is a third planet from the sun. After the sun, Mercury and Venus, the earth is a third planet. As a result, it doesn't get so much heat like the Mercury and Venus. That's why earth has created a habitat. It is climate. So the earth has such a type of climate which is ideal for living beings. The average temperature of the earth is 17 degree centigrade, which is ideal for living organisms. But if we see the other planets like Venus, Mercury, they have so many degrees, they are above 200 degrees centigrade, something like this. But the earth has its only the ideal temperature 7 degrees centigrade. Along with this, the earth contains rainfall, it has humidity in air. So all these kinds of phenomena which occurs in the earth is ideal for living organisms. That's why earth has made a habitat. With that, next 3 points are next to prove the earth, why the earth as a living organism eligible place, or why the earth is a habitat. The last 3 points is lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere. Only the earth is the planet in the solar system which has these 3 types of sphere, which has made eligible the earth as a habitat. Lithosphere, what is lithosphere? It is the solid land part of the earth, the surface place of the earth, that is lithosphere, that where the soil occurs, where the weathering process occurs, and where the plants are grown up. This place, the land surface of the earth, is lithosphere. The soil is the basic topmost material of the lithosphere which helps the plants to grow up in the earth. And with the human beings also, soil helps to stay up, to make our buildings, to stay on the land. That is lithosphere. Litho means solid rocks. That is lithosphere. Next one, hydrosphere. Hydro means water. Hydro means water. Hydrosphere means the water body of the earth. The 2/3 portion of the total surface of the earth is covered with water body. That is 71.9% water bodies are there, including salt and fresh water. 71.9% water body. What does it make? It makes the hydrological cycle or water cycle. That means from the water body it condenses, it evaporate towards the sky, and it condense, create cloud, then it falls as rainfall, and again it supplies to the water body. Thus the water cycle is conducted, and thus the hydrosphere has made the water cycle continued, which supplies the water to the plants and living organisms through the hydrosphere. Atmosphere, it is the thin surface air. It is invisible air's thin surface of air which is adjacent to the earth's surface surrounding it. That is the surface of the air surrounding the earth, that is atmosphere, where the compositions are nitrogen near about 78.9% nitrogens, it existed there. Oxygen, through which the human being are existing, the animals are being existed depending on this oxygen, that is 21.95% in the atmosphere, and carbon dioxide and others through which the trees are dependent. Carbon dioxide and others are 0.15%, which has made the earth as an ideal habitat place. How these three has made the earth as an ideal habitat place? These three have made the biosphere. That means these three spheres, that is lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere. These three spheres has created the earth as habitat, and the middle narrow zone, this narrow zone is known as the biosphere. What is biosphere if you asked? It is a narrow zone comprising the three spheres for the living organisms. That means it is a place where the living organisms live. In between only this place, no living organisms can live only in atmosphere, like plants and like animals. They need these three spheres, they need the comprising of these three layers. But in lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, there are so many microbes which can live in atmosphere, only in hydrosphere, only in lithosphere. But these three spheres has comprised and created the biosphere, which has made the earth as a habitat planet. Okay, I hope that you have the concept of this chapter have been clear through this video, and subscribe and stay with us.